Alright, welcome back. Igboho supporters stage protest in Ibadan over the SS raid. Alright, onto this, scores of people have staged a protest in Ibadan, or your state capital, over the raid by the Department of State Services DSS on the home of Sunday Adeyemo Yoruba youth leader, better known as Sunday Igboho. Alright, onto this, Igboho's Ibadan home was raided on July 1st with 2 occupants killed, although he escaped arrest by the DSS operatives. 13 persons found in his house were whisked away after the raid and later paraded in Abuja. Alright, onto this, the protesters on Wednesday marched to Igboho's house and subsequently walked through major roads in Ibadan before visiting the palace of Oba Saliu Adetunji, the Olubadan of Ibadan land. Dressed in black outfits, the protesters blocked the Lagos-Ibadan expressway briefly before moving on to challenge Molete and other areas of the city. Alright, the protesters included family members of those arrested and paraded by the DSS. They condemned the raid on Igboho's house, describing it as illegal, sad, barbaric, and then a return to authoritarian rule, while demanding for the release of those who were arrested. One of the protesters who spoke with cable said what the DSS did was wrong. Why not invite Igboho if you think he has committed a crime? Alright, and then on to this, it has been gathered by a lot of people that if we allow this to consume Sunday Igboho, and it will create an advantage for the criminal who have already invaded our farms and then communities. Alright, and then my people, onto this, majority of things are actually being said onto this. Alright, and then as you can see, protest in Ibadan over arrest of Sunday Igboho's aides. Alright, and then my people, many people have said it that, well, all we want is peace. Well, peace. God bless all the APC members for making Nigerians great again. This one is said by Don Mark. Alright, and then it was gathered that several agitators of Yoruba Nation have gathered at the Soka residence of Yoruba rights activist Sunday Igboho for a protest. This follows the raid last Thursday by operatives of the Department of State Services DSS on Igboho's residence at Soka, Ibadan, Oyo State. The secret police had confirmed a joint team of security operatives raided the freedom fighters' residence based on an intelligence report. In a live video by BBC Pidgin on Wednesday, the supporters were seen gathered in front of Igboho's house getting ready for the protest. Also, Igboho spokesperson Olayomi Koiki in a live video on Wednesday stated the pro-Yoruba Nation protesters will gather at Soka Ibadan for the protest. Onto this is said by Wednesday morning in Ibadan from Soka, Yoruba Nation agitators are to assemble at Ibadan for a protest as regards the recent development that has to do with Chief Sunday Igboho and other agitators. Alright, onto this, the protest will head out from Soka. There will be a protest rally. Is what we have been doing. This time around, we are doing a protest. A leader of the protesting youth addressed the gathering before they took off. Alright, and onto this, he said they would march to the palace of the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Saliu Adetunji, and from there proceed to the government house, amongst other places. According to statement, I quote, "It is a peaceful demonstration. We are marching there to demand the release of the detained persons. We are not afraid of tear gas. We are marching to demand the right of our people. We want them to bring the killers of Adagan and El Afar to book." The government must pay the 500 million naira damages as requested by Igboho's lawyer for the destruction of his house and properties during the invasion. We want the Hubbers to make this happen within 7 days, he said. All right, my people, a lot of things are actually being said onto this one, and then the agitator had said no going back. All right, and then as it is in another news, Yoruba Nation agitators ready to protest invasion of Igboho's residence. All right, and then onto this, following her raid by the DSS operatives on the Soka Ibadan, home of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho. On Wednesday, several Yoruba organizations will organize a demonstration in Ibadan. All right, according to the Nation, the DSS acknowledged that based on an intelligence report, a joint team of security officers stormed Igboho's home last week. All right, in a short live video on Wednesday, Koiki had announced that pro-Yoruba Nation demonstrators will converge in Soka Ibadan for the rally. All right, and then a lot of things are actually being said. On to the next one. Okay, and then right now, the supporters at stage protest in Ibadan over DSS raid. All right, release our people, and then that has been the agitation and the protest right now as we speak. Okay, and then meanwhile, majority of this set of people have said it that we have done nothing wrong to deserve all this maltreatment. All right, and as it is, well, we cannot continue this in this aspect, and that has been it on this one. Sunday Igboho never committed any offense, but he's just trying to make sure peace reign in Yoruba land. And then onto this, the set of people had called out all the leaders, Yoruba leaders, to support Sunday Igboho and the 8 who were arrested in this struggle. All right, Yoruba Nation now, Yoruba Nation now. All right, and that has been gathered so far. Onto this, what more can we say, my people? All right, and then meanwhile, onto this, Sunday Igboho had reiterated that no going back on Yoruba Nation. All right, and then that has also been it on this one. All right, and then meanwhile, onto this, the youth also wants the government to pay the 500 million naira damages as requested by Igboho's lawyer for the destruction of his house and property during the invasion. All right, onto this, according to the Punch, the many supporters of wanted Yoruba activist Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho, on Wednesday marched to the palace of the Olubadan of Ibadan, Obasaliu Adetunji, and demanded, amongst others things, the release of 13 of Igboho's guards and close associates who were arrested last Thursday. All right, onto this, the youth also want the government to pay the 500 million naira damages as requested by Igboho's lawyer for the destruction of his house and property during the invasion. Okay, my people, onto this, our representative of the youth whose name was unknown as of the time of filling this report addressed the monarch who was seated. The youth leader said, all right, you are our father. We do not know any governor or politician, and we do not recognize them as our leader. All right, and you are the only leader that we recognize, and we know you have the authority to make them meet our demands. All right, this has been said by the youth, and then they continued by saying, all right, onto this, I quote, it says, we want you to tell the DSS to reverse its declaration that Igboho is on its watch list. That's serious. All right, and we want you to tell them to declare that Igboho is no more on its watch list. We want this done within 7 days. All right, within 7 days, they said. All right, and the majority of people have reacted onto this, and then onto this, their statement, the request says, well, we also give the DSS 7 days to release all those arrested during the raid. Furthermore, we demand justice on Adagan and Alpha who were killed by DSS operatives during the midnight invasion. All right, onto this, he continued by saying, we give the government 7 days to meet our demands, or else we will come out with a mass action. We will come up with a mass action, and we are not afraid of any DSS operative. We speak on behalf of 60 million Yoruba people. If DSS operatives can arrest 60 million Yoruba people, they should come around. We want our demand met within 7 days. My brother, my sister, this is to tell you that the youth are no longer sleeping. This is to tell you that no more room for mediocrity. All right, and then as it is after now, we will march to the palace of all Yoruba monarchs to make our demands known, he added. Well, responding on behalf of the Ibadan, one of his chiefs said, Igboho is no stranger to the king. The king has heard all your requests and will take the necessary steps as you live here now. He will call his fellow kings and then other stakeholders. The monarch who listened to the whole session while seated simply blessed the youth who dispersed thereafter. Well, the post-Yoruba Nation protesters meet Olubadan demand release of Igboho's aides appeared first on Niger Loaded. All right, my people, and then that has been it. This is a very great one from the youth. They have actually demanded their rights. 7 days ultimatum had been given, and then as it is, the youth also wants the government. This particular part strikes my heart. Says the youth also wants the government to pay 500 million naira damages as requested by Igboho's lawyer. All right, many things are actually being said. Don't take this for granted because they have said it that you cannot deal with 60 million Yorubas. How possible? All right, my people, that has been it on this one. What more can we say? Well, let me have your take on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.